Balogun 93.1 FM. Your one-stop dial for the best of information, music, entertainment. Virtually everything you need, 360. How's work been today? Today is midweek. Definitely, today must feel much better than Monday. We probably are looking forward to Friday. We've just got one day left before we get to say, thank God it's Friday. And the weekend will then kick into full gear. Oh, well, this is the voice of Sam Olugbeminiyi, and this is the follow-up on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM. Just in case you're tuning in for the first time on a Wednesday, hey, welcome. Oh, yeah, that's the bell to say thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Just make sure that you keep it locked. Well, at 4 p.m., Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, we get to discuss politics, discuss trending matters, discuss matters that are quite important to you, the listener, and to you, importantly, as a Nigerian. And today we will be having a conversation with the head of voter education and publicity at the Independent National Electoral Commission in Lagos, INEC in Lagos. And we will be looking at, hey, since the third phase of the continuous voter registration exercise kicked off on Monday, what has it been like? What are the things that people would like to know about? We would also be exploring our INEC is looking to rebuild trust with members of the electorate, since it has been suggested in several quarters that there seems to be a gap. Oh, for some who don't know, well, now is the time to let you know again that INEC has commenced the third phase of the continuous voter exercise. And according to INEC, this is definitely going to be the third phase before the 2027 elections. This kicked off on Monday. And some of the things you can do is, if you've never voted before, if you've never registered to vote before, if you're just clocking 18, or maybe you're way past 18, but you've never been part of the electoral process, now is the time for you to go out and register to vote. For those who perhaps have also lost or damaged their permanent voter cards, this is also an opportunity for you to go and re-register, seek for a replacement. For those who perhaps were in a different location, maybe you were living in Ogun State, or living in Ondo State, or living in Bauchi or Nasarawa or Anambra or Abia, and you have now moved to Lagos, this is the time for you to also go there and transfer your voting details from wherever it is that you initially registered here to Lagos, so that you can be a part of the elections in 2027 in Lagos. Well, it's not for me to give all those details. We'll be hearing key details when I bring on Alhaji Taiwo Badigeshin, who is the head of voter education and publicity in INEC in Lagos State. And there is also the other key issue that we would also like to take a look at. Yes, that is, what is INEC's role in improving awareness for voters, in ensuring that voters are aware of all they need to know, and also ensuring that we're able to rebuild trust amongst key voters. Because if you look at what the data says, in the 2023 elections, only 24.9 million persons took part in the electoral process out of about 93 million people who initially registered to vote. And for a lot of CSOs and those who have taken time to study, they say that the 2023 election was in fact the lowest turnout that we've witnessed so far in the Fourth Republic. Well, is this going to improve? Is this going to get better? Or are we still going to continue the decline in voter turnout in 2027? We would look at what INEC is doing to ensure that people who are meant to come out to vote are equally interested and, have some bit of trust in the process. Well, joining me this afternoon via telephone is the head of voter education and publicity, INEC, Lagos State. Alhaji Taiwo Gbadigashi. Alhaji Taiwo Gbadigashi, good to have you join us this evening.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I know it must be a pretty busy moment for you since the third phase of the continuous voter registration exercise kicked off on Monday. But I think the first thing on the minds of that we should deal with is this. They say this is likely going to be the final phase. I'll need you to confirm that and also tell those who are still thinking about coming to register what they need to know about the process.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for rejecting the commitment of the commission to ensure we don't disenfranchise any Nigeria during the forthcoming general election 2027. And on behalf of the Honorable Rec, who is unaffordably absent due to another official engagement here in Lagos State, because the Honorable Chairman is likely to be in town today.
Okay.
So I'm just standing in for him anyway. Well, we started this program last year, and I'm telling you authoritatively that this program is surely going to end on this third phase on 10th of July 2026.
Okay.
It has been on for a while, but the challenge we have, maybe based on our culture or whatever, that we wait for 11th hour to rush and get it done. And this time around, we are out to let people know we don't need to wait for the 11th hour. This is enough time for us again to ensure we are included. When we are pleading, crying for inclusiveness, it has come now, but we are still waiting for the people to come out and do the needful. Our people are growing and attaining the age on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis, and on yearly basis. And that is why the provision is being made to enable them being captured in the process.
All right. I reckon that during phase 2, after phase 2 of the project, they're putting out some numbers to indicate that about little less than 200,000 people that come out to register in Lagos State. And even though at the national level that looks like a pretty good number, that Lagos is not doing badly, for a state with a population of about 20 million or thereabout, what is your projection for turnout, and how has that fared so far?
And so far, so good. We've been doing well in Lagos. The issue at stake is this. Lagos is the hub. Let me say, the economic hub, the social hub, the political hub of the country. Now people are migrating, depending on the candidates they have in their state. People are moving from Lagos State to other states, and people are still moving in. Not as much the candidates they project in each state determines who are leaving Lagos and who are coming to Lagos. But all the same, Lagos remains backbone taxes as if nobody moves out. I think I get it. So in Lagos we don't have any problem. All we are trying to consolidate is that we maintain the leading status that we have inherited. So, and, no doubt we are going to uphold that tendency.
All right. I don't know if we have data right now as to the number of persons who...
Normally, we don't... we are not allowed at the state level to discharge any data.
Okay.
We rely heavily on data from the national headquarters because that is where they do the processing. All we do here is recording, and we can't rely solely on what we record on daily basis. So we are to base our communication on whatever Abuja releases, because they need to apply business rules in whatever we do, and it will be after the business rules must have been applied that you can now talk of figures.
Okay, so I'm curious as to what is INEC Lagos, especially you in your role as head of voter education, doing to ensure that a lot of young people, because if you look at the last elections, we had a pretty large turnout of young people between 18 and 34, and we know that, yes, obviously we had a lot more women than men who registered to vote. So this time around, as we get into the final phase for registration, what is INEC Lagos doing to get a lot more young people to come up and register to vote, and in fact also show up on election day?
Thank you very much. The sole way of capturing the youth is on social media. And since we have started this program early this week, if you go into the social networking, we have already bombarded the social networking with hyping awareness on this program. Not only that, we are out, we've been to the marketplaces to let them know the exercise has commenced again. By next week again, we'll be holding a stakeholders meeting to ensure other critical stakeholders are encouraged to join the commission and cascade the essence of this engagement with the youth they have in their houses, their wards, and their children. Then at our hand, we are not going to relent in ensuring we move out to impress on them that there's fundamental civic responsibility and demonstrate, and they are yielding, particularly making use of social media handles.
All right. Well, for those who perhaps tuned in a bit late, just some minutes ago, we are having this conversation with the head of voter education and publicity, INEC Lagos State, Alhaji Taiwo Gbadageshi, and we are just exploring some of the key details surrounding this third phase of the continuous voter registration exercise. I believe we're streaming on Facebook, so you can go there. If you have any remarks that you would want us to pick, we can take it from there. But Alhaji Gbadageshi, let's look at beyond registration, beyond turnout. This process of registration, where is it taking place across the local councils?
Yes, to ease it for more participation in the process, we are not only restricted to our offices, at the state office and local government area offices. We are moving around on a rotational basis to different polling units within the wards and within the local governments. We tag that one, the small one.
Okay.
We have taken the process closer to the people. In the past, there have been reported cases or complaints of your office is far from where we live. Let me give you some instances. Ikorodu had been a local government with aghast communities that are very distant to where we have our office located in the GRA. During this process, we have centers outside the office and very close to people. If you go to Ogboi, go to virtually all the local governments, all the 20 local governments that INEC operates upon in the state. We are moving here and there to ensure we are connected to people who are eligible to partake in the process. I can tell you for free, the major challenge we are having now has to do with the clash with party primaries and local campaigns. Are you getting me now?
All right.
The party primaries are upcoming. Most of the people we expect to have come have engaged in series of let's go this side today, let's go that side today. And that is the bedrock of our plan to hold stakeholders meeting with the critical stakeholders to let them know if you are running around, you are singing around, and you don't have the enabling instrument, which is your permanent voters card. Well, you are just managing to create problems for yourself. In Yoruba adage, Yoruba used to say, that is the masquerade with more spectators carry the day. So if you don't have people with permanent voters that are men with you, I'm very sorry, you may end up losing the election. So that these are sermons the Honorable Commissioner Professor Ayo Salami is planning to preach to the critical stakeholders on Wednesday next week.
So in
let them know they have to. We don't need to leave this engagement into the doorstep of INEC alone. The political class, like I used to tell people, they are then beneficiary of this process, and they can't just be looking at the commission doing it on the low. We are holding that meeting to heighten awareness and to let them know that the security operatives, they have their own schedule. National Orientation Agency, they have their own schedule. All other critical stakeholders, they have their own schedule to collectively do it and get more of our youth included in the process.
Because I was going to ask that question around how you're collaborating with the political parties. But are the political parties also cooperating? Have they even been cooperative in the past?
No doubt about that. They've been on synergy with us. They've been cooperating with us. We invite them to meetings. When we even need anything from them, information from them, we dish out information and they feed us back. And that's why we are always in good time from time to time to ensure we have a kind of smooth running of this process. They have been cooperative. The synergy has been okay with us, with the political parties we have in the state. You know, Lagos State, unlike other states, is having virtually all the registered political parties we have in Nigeria. Unlike some states where they have just about 3 or 4 or 5 million of political parties running the area. In Lagos State, we have all the political parties. And the Election and Party Monitoring Department, being headed by Mr. Badejo, just went on feasibility assessment of their offices in recent past. And they were able to see how they are also doing. But the emphasis was on, look, let us do it together so that otherwise this assignment will just be a crash if we don't do it. And we've been enjoying a kind of relationship. So we only want to encourage them to ensure this last phase we put more effort. Like the Yoruba will say, when a horse is running home or a masquerade is going home, so they shouldn't see any reason for them to get retarded. They have to move at the highest pace to enable them get home quickly. So in the same thing, the program is winding up. We want to encourage the Lagosians, the center of excellence, the excellent people of Lagos to please ensure they do the needful, come out, encourage others. If your voter's card is not good enough for you to use on election day, come and take another one. It's free of charge. You are not taking any money from anybody. If anybody is asking for money, let them call my number, and we'll do the necessary justice to arrest the situation for them. If you have lost your card, come. If you want to transfer from one place to another, come. We'll do it for you. And you can do some of these activities at your own bedroom comfort. If you know, if you have access to our portal that can access you to it. Like I want to...
Can they start and complete the process on the portal?
Yes, no, we have 2 categories. If you want to come and do fresh registration, you can start on your own. At a point, the device will tell you, okay, book an appointment where you want to go and do it. You can do that. You can do it, then come to our local government area offices or come to Yaba, the state office. And if you need a replacement of your card, by the time you log in, it's a friendly device. By the time you log in, it will be telling you, it will be directing you on how to do it. And at that point, you drop your message, it has clicked. There's no problem about that. The only one you cannot complete online has to do with fresh registration.
Okay. All right. Well, what we're going to do is, because I would like you to call out the portal and also a contact number that people can reach out to, especially for those within Lagos State.
I'll make that available before the end of this program.
Yes.
I think
Usually we do not take a lot of calls on the show, but I'm going to open the phone lines at some point. 0805 5888 192 0805 5888 192 0805 5888 192. You can call that particular line if you have any question for the head of voter education and publicity in Lagos State, especially as regards to the voter registration exercise that is ongoing. You've talked about people being able to do it online. So, if I get you clearly, what you're implying is if you want to transfer you, your voter card from one location to another, that can simply be done online.
yes, definitely.
Okay. But for those who are just starting afresh or who are just registering for the first time, they can start the process online, but would have to come
Yes,
physically
for
to
their
complete.
biometrics and other pictures and other things to be captured, they have to show up in our office.
Okay, all right. Maybe you should call out the portal address now.
I will do that. Trying
Okay,
to get
okay,
a link from the office
okay. All
on
right.
the number to call. I just want to do the two.
All right. Okay, so while we, put, that together, just to let you also know that we are streaming on Facebook at Adamimogo 93.1 FM. I can see a comment already from Honorable Dubote Kazim. Thank you. Just keep the comments coming and also make sure that you share this quite wide so that people will get to get the details around voter registration at this time. Okay, the other part, that is also of major concern to a lot of people is that almost every election year, INEC, in collaboration with the media, CSOs, political parties, they come, they try to raise awareness, but voter turnout, is not usually great or does not improve from the previous election cycle. And in 2023, we had one of the lowest, turnout that we've ever seen since 1999. I'm very sure that you, as the man in charge of voter education, must have done some bit of assessment, had some bit of interactions with people, and they must have shared with you why they were a bit laid back about coming to either register or to vote. What are Nigerians telling you?
Thank you very much, Sam. There have been a lot of factors militating against the turnout during the election. One, the first has to do with the fear of unknown. The situation during election time is very, very precarious. People have the fear of insecurity first. Will I be secure to go out? And if that fear of unknown has done a lot of hard work in the electoral process, or let me say in our democratization process. Because no matter the assurances the security operatives give to people, they tend to jettison it and stay back at it, particularly the headlights. I need to tell you, frankly speaking, that majority of the people voting are one, women, two, semi-illiterate people. The literate ones don't even come out during elections. You go to airline settings in Lekki, in VI, other places like that. The record there are not are nothing to write home about. And another factor is, you see, the imposition of candidates on political parties, imposition of candidates on people. When some people, when they know that this person is going to be the candidate for this election, they may decide to, and the commission has gone a long way to arrest such a situation. As we are now, the competition is now open. If you want to do it, just obtain the form. It's not free for all. And the political parties are supporting the commission to ensure we realize this goal. The position of candidates in the past has done the the democracy we are operating in Nigeria, a lot of havoc. I need to be frank with you. Then the third reason is what I can adduce to be the lackadaisical attitude on the part of our people. When you have a mindset that we have been doing it in the past and it will still be the same result. Even some people are bold enough to tell us that are INEC officials that will not be the person you like that you put as your winning candidate. I had a very hot argument with one of my neighbor here yesterday where I live. I said, look, this is a misconception. As I am here now, I'm not from Lagos State. It was this job that brought me to Lagos. Why do I need to have special interest in a person? So this kind of bad mindset has given, and if a person is having that kind of bad mindset, it's easier for them to sell it out to another person and to discourage such a person from partaking in the process. If you are saying this, we can't get anywhere. This thing is all over. It's not only in Nigeria. Elsewhere, they are also doing better. Our own is a very serious war situation, if I can put it that way. So we have sentiments, we have biases, prejudices, all sorts of misconceptions, even in the process. The transparency of the process has gone higher than it used to be in the past. The technological advancement already imbibed into the process speak volume. But yet, are people ready to take to all this? Are they ready to change their mind? So the mindset needs to be updated. Let them know, let them make up their minds. And the political class, they also need to be transparent to the people. Let them take internal democracy seriously. Let people speak. Let whoever they want to emerge as their candidate, let them emerge. So by the time you see people's choice as candidates coming out to contest the election, you will see light turn out. There is not much we can do. We've been to the market. We are going to hold another meeting next week. We are even inviting the Yalaja General to come and talk to the women folk. We are inviting the chief imam of Lagos State. We are inviting the Pentecostal elders. We are inviting all sorts of political stakeholders. All party chairmen and secretaries who are invited. We've been doing our bit, but it's left for the public to appreciate us and for the major critical stakeholders, the political class, to please dance to the tune of the electorate.
All right.
What is it that they want? Let them fulfill the obligations of fulfilling the desires of people who are voting.
All right, Alhaji Godigashin, you've talked about the bad perception that a lot of would-be electorate or even the electorate have about INEC. And interestingly, just last month when the opposition alliance met in Ibadan, they came on and said a lot of things about INEC and made it clear that, well, they do not have any confidence in INEC as well as the national chairman of INEC, Professor Josh Amupiton. Definitely, you are doing a lot of mobilization. You will go out there and say, hey, go out and register to vote. But how are you trying to change the perception that you have referred to? Or perhaps how should you, switch or change that perception that a lot of people have about INEC that has also been fueled by interested stakeholders in the electoral process?
You see, this is what I've been saying all along. When you have, I'm very sorry to say this word, if an agent should come to conduct elections in Nigeria, it will still be unacceptable. Now, recently there was a party embarking on daily protest to our office in Yaba here. The Honorable Chairman from Abuja said, please allow whoever wants to protest. In some time, they will never allow that. Go and ask the police. The protest and the ADC or whatever, they will tell you the protest was handled with civility by the security operatives. They were allowed, but now you can see what has happened. So anybody It's a free world. Anybody can say anything. Like I said, if they bring an angel to come and conduct an election in Nigeria, Nigerians will never appreciate. And people who are saying this, go and check them. Because of them are deference to the conditions of guidelines of the process. They have every right to say anything, and you can shut them down because they have the right to talk. But deep within us and deep within the commission, we know we have a head that is not ready to compromise. He's a man of high dignity, a professor, a son. So I don't know what else they want. The other time they were shouting about Professor Yakub. He has made his impact. 8 years he has left. Professor Jega has gone. Others before them have gone. So Professor Amukpisa is here, and like his name rings, he's going to make an historical turning point in the political history of Nigeria to justify his name. I'm very much optimistic that is going to be the thing that will manifest in 2027. We all live and give testimony that they were pessimists, and we that are optimists will tell them that you can see what has happened. On our part, we are assuring Nigerians of transparent process devoid of any biases or sentiments, and so shall it be.
All right. Ogboi Joseph on Facebook is saying, please make the link available and their contact. I believe that we would get that from Alhaji Gbadigeshi any moment from now, because we have just about 5 more minutes left to wrap up the show. Ayodike on Facebook is saying, what should be done if the portal doesn't recognize or does not accept the uploaded picture in the case of a misplaced card? Do you have an answer to that?
Okay, if they are doing it on their own, online.
Yes.
Okay, and they can easily show up in our office very close to where they are. Or make a call to me on my number 08033529684, and you'll be directed.
Okay, Alhaji, you would have to.
The portal. Let me give you the portal.
Okay.
www.
Yeah, you can go on. I can hear you.
www.cvr.annexnigeria.org.
www.cvr.inec.org. Okay, CVR Nigeria.
Yeah. cvrannexnigeria.org.
Yes, inecnigeria.org.
Okay. INEC Nigeria together.
Yeah. All right. So for those who missed that, you should go to www.cvr.inecnigeria.org. Org is O-R-G. We're going to pin that to the top of the live stream right now so that you can get that. Okay, you also promised to call out a number, so
080
yep, 080
33
52 96 84. Okay.
For the portal, they can also use cvr.annexnigeria.org.
Okay.
That is the fastest. That one is the fastest.
Okay. All right.
cvr.annexnigeria.org.
All right. Well, you should go to the live stream on Facebook now. We have that particular link. We have it pinned at the very top.
cvr.annexnigeria.org.
Yes, cvr.inecnigeria.org. cvr.inecnigeria.org. And you can also call 0803 352 9684. 0803 352 9684. 0803 352 9684. That is the number to call if you're having any difficulties or major issues with your registration process. That's the CVR, the continuous voter registration process, especially here in Lagos. Thank you. That has already been pinned to the top of the live stream so that you can quickly access that and check when you want to do that. Okay. All right. Alaji, you've made quite a striking opinion, shared quite a striking opinion when you said that even if an angel comes to Nigeria, Nigerians may not appreciate what that angel.
That is the bottom line. Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as the commission is concerned, transparency is the bottom line of the whole thing. The office is accessible to anybody to just come for clarification on issues that are not clear to them. You can access our office. You can call on any staff. INEC Yaba is there. We have our center there. We have 20 local government area offices. If you see any of our staff who fails to give you or dish out information to us, please report.
Okay.
Information is vital. Information is crucial on all these things we are saying. But you see, the bottom line is what I've told you earlier on, mindset. Let us change our mindset. Let us hold it in mind that we are going to succeed. INEC is not presenting any candidate for contest. You are the ones presenting candidates for contest. If you ask your candidate, come and register, back your candidate with votes. Nothing more. And you will surely get the result.
All right. What if in 2027 the voter turnout does not improve? Obviously, it means you have said ahead of time that it may as well be as a result of the perception. But I recall also that in my coverage of the 2023 elections, especially in most parts of the island, there was a logistical issue. In most places where young people came out and said, hey, we want to vote, the INEC officials didn't turn up until perhaps 4, 5 p.m. in certain places, and by then, a lot of people were perhaps tired and decided to go back home. Since 2023 till date, yes.
In the past few elections that we've had, our logistics has been given the highest percentage. Because the essence of logistics is to enable them be on spot, on time. In recent time, we've devised a method where we have different centers within a ward. In some centers, in some wards, we have cluster centers where our ad hoc officials are going to keep vigil overnight to ease their access to the polling unit. When people begin to attribute their failure to not starting on time, some will say the machines are not working. Some will say, look, all these excuses are plenty. The machines are working perfectly. We've had election recently in Anambra State. The logistic arrangement was superlative. We are going to hold in Lekki State. We are also going to hold in Osun State. Please hold my words responsible. If there have been any logistic failure, come and hold me responsible on here. There has not been. You see, what I'm saying is still the same thing. Young ones playing on the road on election day. Who is to blame? Are you going to hold INEC responsible for that? Do you want INEC to be coming, knocking at your doors to say, go and vote? Between INEC and somebody who is contesting election, between INEC and party who are feeding candidates, who are even much more responsible to bringing or chasing people out. If you want to win an election, you need to knock. If you want to win an election, you need to mobilize. Our own is just majorly to get our machines ready. We are doing this to hard values. We will be coming to your radio stations. We will be paying to your radio stations. You will be helping us on your own. Then what justification did they have? If a candidate is contesting for an House of Assembly and is sitting in his bedroom, is enjoying, is flexing, is not ready to go out and persuade people, encourage people to come and vote for him. And on the day of election, I'm very sorry to use that word, few people are out to vote. Who is to blame? Somebody who is contesting election and relying on yes, I know I will win. You need to move out. That is why in some states there are changes.